So hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is V. For today's video I'm just way too anxious to even sit down, so I'm going to be standing up for the whole video because I'm not in the mood to sit down. Basically, I was about to open my exam results for the January exams, and I opened it, I opened the seal, I lifted up the thing which shows you like your name and what exam you were sitting, and I was just like, I'm not going to film it because these guys are probably very tired of me opening mock exam results, who cares, you know. But then I thought about it and I was like I always say, I share so much with you guys that it feels strange to not just share these bits, because I want to. It's not like I don't want to, I want to, it's just that I don't want to annoy you guys by just giving you the same thing over and over again. But then I was like, well listen, we've been doing sexuality and gender together, you've watched me revise, you've listened to some lectures from me about it. I call it lectures, I was just ranting into a camera, and I just feel like the nice way to finish it off, even though I know I didn't do the whole series like I promised I would. I just got overwhelmed with uni stuff and everything, but I just thought this is the nice way to basically close off the whole thing. So I did open it and I had it up like this. Don't just open it, film it and react to it. This was for sexuality and gender. You guys already know so much about that because I've been telling you about it. And yeah, this was my sexuality and gender module, which I did enjoy. I loved it so much, but I would be lying if I said that I truly revised. I remember that I had the 100k party, we had Christmas, we had New Year's, and I also had my dissertation, and I was in London a lot. So I think for this exam I revised for probably 8 days or maybe 7 days. I think 7 days max, when I should have been revising for at least 20 or 25 or something, but I only probably gave it 8 days of my time or 7 days of my time, just because, like I said, I had so many other things on. So I'm not expecting a brilliant score because it's not a reflection of my work ethic. This is just a, oh my god, I've got exams in a week, let me start revising 7 days before the exams. So I'm expecting maybe getting 50s. Since I've been at university, I've only ever gotten 60s, apart from one exam when I got a 59 in one of the modules. I always want to be in the 60s. Obviously the 70s are a dream because that's a first class. Over the moon in the 60s. Above 65s I'm whoa, I put effort, and in the 50s I didn't try. So I'm gonna open this now. I'm gonna read the scores. These are the questions, and I always make notes and annotations on this page. I don't know why, just so I can choose the question I want to do. We had to do 3 questions in 3 hours and write full 3 essays. Felt like it was slightly too much time, but depends on how well I do, whether or not I'm, you know. So question 12 was on masculinity. Masculinity was no less constraining than femininity in the ancient world. Discuss. So I had an hour to do that. I wrote a lot. Look at how much I write, guys. 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's still going. 8. So I wrote that many pages on it. There's lots of marks around it, which I'm not going to bore you guys and read. I'll read that myself. The mark for this, his writing is really tiny. Can you see this? Well, you obviously can't, but it's basically, he's written in pencil and it's so tiny. Okay, it says 60, does that say 65? This could say 65, 63 or 68. I can't tell because his writing is 63. I'm gonna take 63. Okay, let's write that down somewhere. That's not a bad mark. So we had a 63, right? And then the next question was question number 6. Oh my god, this is so much effort. Question number 6 was, which literary genre tells us the most about gender relations in classical Athens? I like that. I do like that. But will I do well in that is the question. Good God. I wrote this many pages. 1, 2. My writing is disgusting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there it is. Oh, nice one, V. 65. Come on. Move like a snake. 65. I knew I liked that question, and I didn't even revise. Okay, I did, but I didn't. Not to the best of my ability. Then the last question was question 4. Question 4. Where is it? Question 4 was, did Greek and Roman attitudes to marriage remain distinct in the imperial period? Oh, I remember what happened with this. I had about an hour, 10 minutes left because that was like towards the end of the exam. And I remember thinking I was stuck between 3 questions that I knew I could have done. Then for some reason, because of pressure and just thinking, oh my god, the clock is ticking, I picked the one that I knew least about. Like, you know when you're stuck, and I remember writing plans for a few. Yeah, see? I wrote plans for that one, and that one. 3 questions I wrote a plan for that I was like, which one do I do? So I don't think this one's gonna have gone well because I didn't even write that much for it. Look, I only wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, and normally I write like 8 or 9 pages. So for this one, good. 60%. I'm happy with the first 2 marks, 63 and 65. To be fair, I can't be mad at 60% because I didn't put that effort, and that question I knew. You can tell from the way that I wrote it. You can tell. Now imagine if I actually like tried and I picked the right questions. Well, anyway, let's work out this average. As long as we stay in the 60s, obviously I know I'm going to be in the 60s because those are all 60s, then I'm kind of fine with it. 63 plus 65 plus 60, 188 divided by 3. Let's round that up to 63 because it's on 0.7. Overall, 63%. Listen, guys, I'm not mad about it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not mad about it. I'm not chuffed, but I'm not unimpressed. I'm like, this is, if you've watched any of my opening exam results, this is my playing field, like the 60s. Sometimes it's the lower 60s, sometimes it's the high 60s, but we're always in the 60s, and as long as it's in the 60s, I'm okay. So yeah, we did fine. I didn't need to be anxious. Let me sit down now. 63%. Yeah, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm not unimpressed, I'm not overly impressed, it's just right. It was Christmas. I couldn't study that hard when I had so much on, so for that I'm fine. It means there's something in there, you know, there's stuff in there. I just need to make sure I put in all the work in the Easter holidays, and then for my final exams, hopefully we can replicate this but a lot higher, because I want to leave Oxford with a 2-1. You all know this, I've said it over and over again. Yeah. I also want to say, like, in the last video, I remember some people were saying, oh my god, like, I can't believe that she's not happy with the mark that she got, because if I got that mark I'd be so happy and all that kind of stuff. And I get it, but like, equally everybody has such different expectations of themselves, such different goals that they have, especially when it comes to university work. It's so personal to each person, and I've always said a D grade could be amazing for someone who never even thought that they'd like get into school or that they would be able to sit an exam. A D grade is like, whoa, I even sat it and got a mark. For someone, a B is like the best thing in the world. Like for me, that was in my A levels. I was like so happy in the end. In the beginning I wasn't. At the end I was so proud of myself, and I was like, oh my god, my B's are beautiful, you know. But for someone else that could be like the end of the world. They would be like, what have I done? I failed, you know. Each person is so relative and subjective to each human and individual, and their work ethic, their efforts, what they want from uni and all that kind of stuff. So if I sound ungrateful for like, oh my god, the 60s, because I know some of my friends who get 50s, and some friends who even got 30s and 40s and stuff, and they're like, oh thank god I didn't fail, you know. Whereas for me it'd be like, oh. But then I know friends who would be like 60 and be depressed about it. So it's literally so individual to each person. So don't compare yourselves. Don't compare yourselves to me either, because I'm doing my own thing. You know me, guys, like I'm so weird, and I'm just doing my own thing, and I wouldn't even bother looking at what I'm doing, because what guidance can I give you? But yeah, these are very personal to me, and if someone else was opening these, they'd have a different reaction. So each to their own, literally. That's it. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. I was nervous and I was like, I'm not gonna film this, I'm so nervous. But that wasn't so bad. I'm happy, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.